What is up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge. I start with $1, trying to grow $1 into $1 million through sports betting, gambling, investing in crypto, and investing in the stock market. Track everything I do here since the beginning of this challenge. I start off with $1, and here's our tracking sheet. So right now we're on day 538, sitting at $8,041. We had some sports bets for the day. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I tell Volume Bets on Instagram. There's a link to his page, my Discord server. If you join there, there's a link in the description. But for the day here, we had two bets really. I had to place one bet twice to be able to use a profit boost. But we lost $5 sports betting, so nothing crazy there. There's just proof that we placed those bets. So after losing $5 sports betting, the only other changes were crypto going up about $8, which I hold Bitcoin and XRP, and then our stock market portfolio went about $31. So for the day here, at our $8,041 balance, we should need to profit about $80.41 to make 1% on the day. Our 4% stop loss would be $322. Since we already made some profit from our investments and our sports bet section went down, but either way, we need to make $46 gambling today to reach our 1% profit goal. So I'm gonna hop on the website, try to make some profit. All right, coming into the website, we have $306 in our USDC balance, which I'm only gonna use our USDC going forward. I mentioned this last episode. I talked a lot about our plans going forward, so I recommend you watch that if you haven't already. Today, I'm trying out the viewer strategy. I don't even know if it's gonna work. I'm giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. I trust you guys. If you guys submit strategies in my Discord server, I'm gonna start trying them, probably one per episode or something. And if they make up a ton of profit, then I'll end up like tipping that person or paying them out some way. But I can't guarantee that for every single strategy. We'll see what happens. This one doesn't make sense the way I'm looking at it, but I'm gonna give it a shot just for the sake of I trust that this person tested it and it works. Basically, I'm gonna start off with a 1 cent bet just to give us a little bit of a test. I don't test anything off camera. I do everything on video. But this is by Low K, and it's a wheel strategy. Basically, it is a 10 segment medium risk strategy. He says to start with a 200 balance with a 30-cent base bet. After 2 losses in a row, you're gonna double every bet until you win. So you're gonna get 2 losses at some point. You're gonna double, and then after that bet, if you lose, you just keep doubling up. And basically, after doubling up twice, he says double until you win, but he says after 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles, you stop and reset. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna start with 1 penny though. It doesn't make sense to me based on the multipliers down here. If you get a hit at all, I'm thinking it won't come back unless you get a 2x or 3x. So I don't know if he's saying you play until you make profit or if you just get a win in general. We'll give us a shot though. So the way this works is we're gonna go for 2 bets here. Let's go back to animations. So the first one hits. Once we get 2 losses, we're gonna double with the 4 cents. We lose, so we're gonna double once. We're doing 3 bets here. Go for 2, and we'll go for 3, and we hit the 3x. I guess that's best case scenario. So go back to 1 penny. We'll just keep kind of playing this until we get 2 losses. There's 1, there's 2. So we're in double. We lose, we're in double once, twice. That hits, but it doesn't recover us. So I don't know if that counts as a win and we should reset, or if we keep going. But I will reset. I think it's probably the way he wants us to play it. And after 2 losses, we'll double. That's a hit. I think we profit on that. Actually, I don't think we do. There's 2 losses, we'll double. 2x, so that's profit, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if this makes sense. We'll give it a shot. If we can work up to $1, I will increase the bet size. We'll see though. Double double. That hits. All right, good. If we can get this to 50 cents, I'll increase the bet size. But mathematically speaking, I don't think this makes sense. I really don't. We'll see how it goes though. We'll see. I trust you guys as always. Not doing terrible so far. There's 2 losses. We're gonna double the hits. All right, back to base bet. So I think you pretty much have to hit on the double or just the big bet size. So we're double up one more time. There's 2 times that hits. Maybe we'll go back to base bet here. 1 hits. Keep it cooking. Okay. There's 1, 2, double. That misses, so we'll double up once to 50 cents. I'll try to 2 cents. We'll see if we can get this up to $1. If it makes it to $1, I'll keep increasing it. See how it goes though. I don't have too much faith in this one, but it might work. It might work. I think what's tripping me up is just the hits are going to be either a 1.5 to a 2x. Let's hit that 3x like that. So I guess it has potential. I can see this busting pretty easy though. Especially for the fact he says if you get like 3 losses in a row after doubling up. So there's 1. It's not a full recovery. I guess we'll just go back down. But he says if you get 3 losses in a row after that double, then you just reset back to the base bet and like restart. So you're gonna be down a ton of money though if that happens. So I don't know. We'll see. I was supposed to double there, but we'll just keep it pushing. Here's 2 losses. We'll double. It's a loss, so we'll do once, twice. It's not a full recovery. I guess we'll just reset. I'm really tempted to keep that pushing after a like half recovery, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Not super descriptive. Double. We lose. We'll go up 1. We'll go up 2. Yeah, not a full recovery. We'll go back down to base bet, I guess. Double. We lose that. Okay. Yeah, if you guys submit a strategy in my Discord server and submit something, please be extremely descriptive and explain like the base bet, the starting balance, like exactly what to do for the strategy. It makes it a lot easier for me, other people to see it too. And yeah, just be super descriptive. It helps out a lot. So I'm a little bit iffy on what I'm supposed to do exactly, but I think the way I'm running this is probably what he wants us to do. So trying to work this up to $1 in profit. Which if we get there, I'll probably increase the bet size pretty good. Okay. It's hanging in there. Just waiting for 2 losses. There we go. We'll double up twice. We'll do double once. That'll be our second double. That hits. Okay. I mean, dude, it is working. I just can't believe it is working. It's 1. Okay. It's almost about to get there. You have a 50% chance of getting a loss here. 1, there's 2, so we're gonna double twice. That misses. We're gonna double up again. We'll reset. There's one. There's one. There's one. Okay. Two, so double. Loses, double up once. Okay, we made it to $1. I think what I'm gonna do here is go to 5 cents for our next one and try to get another $1, and then I'm probably just gonna slowly increase the initial bet size until we either get back to where we started or make a bunch of profit. So I'll come back and we'll be able to speed this up, see how it plays out. All right, so I ran that for a little bit. We went up to 5 cents, which I had sped it up from. Then I ended up going to 10 cents and hit this huge dip here. I'll admit I kind of broke the rules of the strategy, but we went down like 15, 20 bucks and I just kept doubling and doubling and doubling. I think we're up to like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I would say, let's see, double. Probably went up to like a $25, $50 bet, probably $50. That's why we were so down. Came back though, and from there I just went to 10-cent bets and just kept around it. But yeah, pretty risky. I did kind of rage bet it a little bit, and not a huge fan of it. A little bit risky for my taste. Ended up with $17 in profit though. I'm gonna call it there with that strategy and move on to some other games. All right, so I'm gonna kind of repeat some stuff I did last episode, which is a little bit safer. Hopefully I'm not overestimating that. But we're coming back to Limbo. I did this last time. Basically, we're going for a 3x, and I'm gonna increase the bet size by 1.5 every single time we lose. But every time we get a hit, it should be pretty good. So we're gonna go to 75 cents here, increase by 1.5. We'll go up to 113. And I always forget the next progression. So I have to do some math. We'll go up to 170. And eventually 5,000x, bruh. Could you imagine? We'll reset here. Up to 75 cents. I'm gonna try to get this to about $26 in profit. And we'll try to get out of here if we can make it that far. But I originally used to do this strategy on high-low, which works out pretty good, but just a lot slower. It's just you're starting off with a base bet, trying to get a 3x on high-low, which can definitely happen, but it just takes forever to try to work up to that. So we're gonna just kind of play with this for a little bit, see if we can work this up to, do some math real quick, 255. Try to work this up to $26, 382. And yeah, if you get a ton of losses, it starts to add up pretty quick. All right, there's a hit right there. Let's go back to base bet. 75 cents. 113. That hits. Go back to base bet. 113. I know, pretty boring, pretty slow, but just kind of roll with it. 170 times 1.5, 255. Nice. We're almost there. Getting pretty close to where I want to be, and then we'll get out of here. 113, 170. That hits. We'll try to do this one more time. We should be at enough profit. So there's $26.85. We're gonna go into a different game. All right, coming into diamonds here. I'm gonna do my Down Bear strategy. Start off with 25 cents. Basically, what we're trying to do now is Every time we get a loss, we're gonna add 1 unit, which for me will be 25 cents. If we get a 2x, we're gonna drop it by 1 unit. And if we get anything higher than a 2x, I'll drop it a couple units. But basically we're trying to make profit on each chain until we're gonna run each chain until we make some profit. And then I will reset here. But for this strategy, you gotta stay like super locked in. So it's hard for me to talk around this. But I ran this for a very long time, used to make a lot of profit. It did obviously bust. The longer you run a strategy, eventually it will bust. So gotta be mindful of that. There's a lot of good hits there, down to 150. Keep it cooking, back to 125. And there we go, we're back in a profit. So yeah, I'm gonna probably speed this up for a little bit. We're gonna do 25-cent base bets. I think the goal here is going to be to get this to about $36, and then I will end up coming back. We'll probably hop into a different game, so I'll speed this up and we'll be back in a second. Alright, so I ended up bumping the base bet up to like 30 cents after a while, and we got to $36 in profit. Exactly what I was looking for. We're gonna move on to another game, try to get $10 more. Alright, coming back to the wheel. This is a strategy that somebody suggested a while ago, but basically what we're gonna be doing here is starting off with a 5-cent base bet, doubling up each time until we make some profit. So we're gonna start off with $36.40 profit and try to eventually hit some profit here. So we should keep doubling up, and I'm trying to think, if we don't hit a 2x, we keep going. But if we hit a multiplier that is at least a 2x, we decrease by that bet size, and we're getting tortured now. This is terrible. Alright, so hit a 2x, we're gonna cut this in half for 1. Okay, made some profit. That's super risky, oh my gosh. Back to 5 cents. And yeah, I know I probably didn't explain that correctly or very well, but if we hit 2x, we cut it in half. If we hit 1.5x, I think we double up. Every loss we double up. If we had a 4x like that, we would decrease this 4 times, which would be back to base bet. Luckily that worked out. We still need about $5, so I'm trying to get that in one more game and we'll call it a day. Alright, so we need $5.03, and I know this is probably the worst idea ever, but I'm gonna do $5.03 and play originals blackjack. I usually get like absolutely destroyed in this. Like there's times where I've gone like 10, 12, 14, 15, 20 hand loss streaks. But all we need is 1 win. 7 against a 7, it's just a hit. 17 against a 7, which is just a stand. And here we go. We're gonna flat bet this. I'm not gonna double up unless we get like super low. But at 13 against 12, it's gonna be a stand. And here we go. This is how it always goes. I always fall for it, man. 8 against 9 is a hit. 11, 16 is still a hit. And we end up busting. All right, man. Time to lock in. Time to lock in. That's a double. 10 against a 3. We get a 14. Fire. Massive. So good, bro. So good. 2 9s against the 3. That is a split, which will probably get destroyed on this. Stand. Okay, that's huge. We definitely needed that. Alright, 14 against 7 is a hit. I get so nervous playing this, dude. It's unbelievable, bro. 2 3s against the 2. I think it's It's a split if I can double, but I don't think I can double. I can double. 5 against 2 to hit. It's an ace 5 against the 2. It's just a hit. Alright. 6 ace against the 2 is a hit. And what do we get there? A 12. Fire, dude. Alright. It's still a hit. That's a 17. Stay on that. An 11. It's going to be a double. 21. That's really good. Okay. Crazy hand there. 8 against the 5 is just a hit. 18 we stand on. Needed that. Okay, we need 2 wins from here to pull it through. Ace 5 against the 3 is just a hit. Pretty sure that's a stand. We have a, what, 8 ace? Yeah. Stand on that. Crazy push, but I'll take a push. 16 against the 6 is a stand. Nice. We just need one more win. Can we pull it off? 11 against the 3 is a double. But I don't have a good feeling about this. I'm going to rip it though. Play by the book. And we got it. It's a little bit extra money. $51 in profit. Enter that sheet. We'll move on. Okay, so day 538 was a win. We got $51.53 gambling today, so we went up 1.07% on the day, a little bit extra than we needed. So really good day right there. We'll definitely take that. Moving on to the next day. For day 539, I'll show our sports bets real quick. We only had this one play here. Again, I had to split it up because I had to use a profit boost. So it's 2 separate bets, but it's the same bet placed. We made $16.30 in profit for the day there. So good start. Coming back to our sheet though, we did lose about $6 in our crypto portfolio, went down a little bit, and then our investment portfolio dipped down about $40. So a pretty big dip there. Overall though, we're sitting at $8,064. Our 1% profit pool should be about $81. Our 4% stop loss would be $323. And we would need to gamble to get $109 on the day to net 1%. But like I've been saying in the past video, the new plan going forward is we're just going to try to get 1% profit gambling today and not necessarily try to get this entire 1% gain. Because if we just drag these numbers down real quick, you'll see that we already went down about 0.34% on the day. So at worst, I'd like to get at least like $29, but we're trying to go for 80, see how it goes. Try to take it kind of easy, and let's hop into it. All right, coming back into the website, we're gonna reset the live stats. I'm gonna try to keep rolling with this for a little bit. I know it's super crazy. We just had a really good comeback. I'm gonna start with $10 though. We're trying to get to like $20 in profit. See how it goes. Hopefully get lucky. $20 to start. Good sign right there. Try to get one more real quick. 12 against 10, not looking too good. 18's not terrible. Just bust, dude. All right, we got $20. We're gonna call it there on Blackjack. Get the heck out of here while we're up. Definitely take 2 quick wins. We'll move on. All right, so coming into mines, we're gonna try to start off with a $7 bet. We go for a 1.48x, which is gonna be 3 mines, and we go for 3 clicks. I'm gonna do 3 random clicks. If we lose, technically, we should martingale to try to recover, but I might flat bet for a little bit. Try to get one more here. All right, that was way too easy. We're up to $30 in profit. Still need technically $15 more to get 1% of the day, so we're gonna keep bouncing around different games here and keep it pushing. All right, coming back to Limbo, we're gonna try the same strategy, going for 3x. Every time we lose, we're just gonna add, or I guess multiply our base bet by 1.5x, which for us, we're starting on a 50-cent bet size. And we're gonna try to work this up to about $40. We'll see if it's possible. I like just how we've been playing recently, setting like small targets for certain games, getting out while we're ahead, and not running like the same strategy throughout the entire profit pool for the day. I think that's been working pretty good recently in the past couple, I guess the last video and this video. So see how this goes. We're gonna go up to a, gotta keep doing the math on this, keep forgetting, 253. Okay, fire. Let's go up to a 380 bit. Yeah, this will start to get a little bit crazy for sure. 570. All right. 855. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit scary. Starting to get a little bit scary. You lose that. All right, cool, dude. Mind you, this is a 33% chance. Nothing super crazy. Go up to 1283 though. All right, it's starting to get a little bit scary now. 1924. Oh, man. 1.5. 2886. Luckily that hits. That is terrifying. Oh man. All right. Let's go to. That's brutal, bro. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. Going on those big dips, man. I know the balance technically, you know, we've our same percentages every day, but just seeing those numbers get a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy. Up to 40 bucks. We're gonna call it on that strategy for now. Move on to a different game. All right, before we bounce out of here, I do want to try one more thing. We're gonna start off on a 5-cent base bet. Go for a 10x. I know this is very aggressive. This is not how I'm trying to play, but we're trying to make the bet size super small to not be super scary. But I'm gonna try to do every 5 bets, I'm going to double the bet size and hope to get a nice hit like that. So this is a 10% chance. So it is very risky. But I was playing this a lot a couple episodes ago. It worked out pretty well. Basically what you're trying to do is when you double up the bet, you're trying to hit the 10x as soon as possible. So when we're on 5 cents, we do our 5 bets. Ideally, we hit the 10x on the first bet because we get the most profit. But yeah, this is very risky. I was doing like an 81x the one time, and it worked out pretty well, but it got definitely pretty deep at points. And yeah, this can go on a crazy loss streak. It can go down. You know, you have a 10% chance theoretically, but eventually you're gonna hit a streak where you get like 70 losses. It is possible. Trust me. Trust me. But we're gonna try to work this up to about $50 real quick. Hopefully it's pretty easy and nice to us. And then try to get out of here. There we go. Okay. Back down to 5 cents. Nice. 3, 4, 5. Double up. Double up. Double up. Double up. Up to $51. I really want to try this again. Really want to try this again. It gets addicting though. Once you get that hit, you definitely want to keep pushing it. As I'm doing right now. Up to 80 cents. Up to 160. Here we go. $3.20. 640. I'm not going up to 1280. That's crazy. Let's go up to $8 for a little bit. Alright, brings us back to break even. That's disgusting. I just burned all that. Let's start off with $1. Try to work this up. $8 now. Oh my gosh, dude. Up to $10 for a couple bets here. That hits, we're still down a good bit. Go back to 50 cents. I just absolutely torched so bad. Should get out of here at this point though. Okay, we just hit 2 back-to-back on a $2 bet. Man. I don't know why I do that, bro. I literally say I'm not gonna, I got my profit goal, trying to get to $50 and pushed it way too far. After I said I wouldn't do that. Okay. It is cooking a little bit. It is cooking. All right, where were we at? Let's try locking $51. Okay, let's keep this a little bit nice. Go to $1 here. Hits. All right. Of course, I go down to 25 cents, starts cooking again. All right, it's all right. We'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. Back to 50 cents here. Back down to 25. All right, we should hit that $2 bet back to back. Up to $69, and I'm gonna be a little bit greedy and try to keep this going a little bit. I don't know why I do this, bro. I literally just got the whole way back. I don't know. I want to prove it wrong so bad. I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. I really don't know what's wrong with me. It's crazy. All right, we need $80. All right, we're so close. $80 on the dot. I gotta stop playing like that, dude. That's crazy. We hit our profit goal though. I'm into this sheet and we'll wrap up. All right, so day 539 was a win. We got $80 in profit. Again, not our full profit goal. We're trying to go for really $109 to make our net 1% on the day. But we're gonna call it there. A little bit crazy, a little bit risky. Kind of broke what I was saying. We're trying to be safe, and yeah, we got a little bit nuts. Either way, we ended up in profit. We got 0.65% of the day, which again, I'm trying to just I'd rather get a little bit of profit than try to push things too far and push our luck and go for like another $28. But leave it at that. We're up $519 gambling on the entire challenge. For the day here, we're ending off at 8,144, and overall in the video, we went up a total of $104 between the 2 days. So we definitely take that, working our way back slowly here. And yeah, so coming down to our tracking graph down here, we're sitting right at the top of this point right here. So working our way back pretty good. And here's our stats, as I like to show. Here's our sports betting profits for each month so far. We made $1,263 sports betting. Our crypto is incorrect, so don't look at that. It's not correct. We're about 21.78% on our investment portfolio. About $4,500 in bonuses throughout the entire challenge. Here's our investment portfolio. Again, this is not a recommendation or anything. This is purely for my challenge. Super aggressive portfolio, not something I would typically even do myself. It's just purely to try to be very aggressive, try to grow the balance. But those are our holdings there. They're all up really good, as you can see. And the actual allocation is at the top of each of these, and the target of where I want to be is at the bottom. So the target is like how I set up the portfolio originally, and the actual is where it's at right now. So I'm starting to make profit with the USDC, and it's starting to look pretty good. We can keep that cooking, get up to like $650. I think we're at like $438. If we can get like another $200 in there, $212 ideally. Can move my crypto, my Bitcoin from the website back into Coinbase, keep that invested, and try not to gamble with it. And then hopefully from there we just keep making profit. I can start throwing more money in this portfolio here. That's gonna be it for this though. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like, comment with any thoughts or suggestions. Read all the comments. I appreciate you guys very much. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, don't gamble. It's a losing game long run. But take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.